Like, if it ain't, God didn't send you to me, I do not want you. Because all it's going to lead to is pain and hurt and confusion. And God is not the author of confusion. Like, anything that confuses me, it's not for me. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of the SoulFULL Circle Show. Host with the mostest, Flexi Lexi, and I absolutely love being here with you guys. There's nothing I love more than hosting this show and just being able to have a safe space to get things off my chest and to share it with the community and to just exist as I am as my full self. And I thank you guys for allowing me to be able to do that. So today I'm going to talk about something that I am pretty sure has affected us all at one point. And I'm not going to lie, I almost did not want to make this episode just because I feel like this topic is it can be really like cliche and common, especially in the podcast community. But I don't know. I just feel like I have a unique perspective to offer, and I feel like it's a good time to do it. So I want to talk about self-love today. Specifically, I'm going to talk about relationships as well, but I want to talk more about self-love. Just love and what it means to me, and what it looks like, what it has looked like in the past. So let's get into it. So first, I'm gonna just kind of talk a little bit about what being single has taught me. So I currently am single, and I've been single for a while now, and I can honestly say that this is, I think, the longest that I've ever been single in my life. And yeah, if you know me, I used to identify as a hopeless romantic, and yeah, it is what it is. I'm a lover girl through and through. But I don't know, since I've been in this season of singleness, I feel like I have had so much time to just like reflect on who I am and what it is that I want for myself, first and foremost, and then out of a partner as well when the time is right, when God ordains it. But I have had so much time to reflect, y'all, and it is honestly just a blessing from God, because truthfully, I can kind of admit when I'm in a relationship, I am so like about that person. Like, and sometimes it's easy to get caught up in that you can kind of like lose sight of yourself. And I know that's been my narrative more times than I would like to admit. So this time that I've had to myself to just kind of like sit and think has been so rewarding, because you really don't have to like settle. Like, you don't. Just because you're lonely, or just because like you don't gotta do that. And once I came into that realization, I feel like something just like unlocked, and it feels so good. So specifically, I have been just kind of thinking a lot about, of course, the type of partner that I want to have, but more so like, what type of person do I want to be? Like, who do I want to be for myself first? What ways do I need to heal so that the next time I do get into a relationship, I'll be, well, as close to being my best self as I can be. And of course, nobody's perfect, but we all have areas that we can grow in. And I think sometimes we get so focused on like trying to be caked up and trying to be booed up and all of that. And it's like people get into these relationships and forget, like, they don't even realize how much work they still need to do on themselves. And nobody is going to be like 100% perfect again. But people be having issues. Like, people be having really deep rooted issues, y'all, and be trying to be in a relationship. Like, people be like projecting all types of negative things onto their partner. People have like unhealed trauma that they need to deal with, and they bring all of that into their new relationship. And it's just like, sometimes you need to just sit down somewhere and just heal and just think and just grow and just work on yourself. And that's such a beautiful thing. Like, that is a gift to be able to do that. Like, I personally feel like I do my best work when I'm single, and maybe that's just because of some of the partnerships that I've had in the past. But I don't know, just looking back, I feel like the times that I've been single, I'm locked in, because you don't got to worry about anybody but yourself. Like, you literally can do whatever you want. That's so amazing. And I am not rushing anything. Like, do you hear me? I ain't rushing nothing. I don't want anything that is not from God. I don't. Like, if it ain't, God didn't send you to me, I do not want you. Because all it's going to lead to is pain and hurt and confusion. And God is not the author of confusion. Like, anything that confuses me, it's not for me. Like, there's been so many situations where, like, truthfully, I was trying to like make it work with somebody, and I'm like jumping through all these hoops, and I'm really just trying to like be there for that person, that I forget to be there for myself. And then I just kind of realized, like, again, if this is not the person that God wants me to be with, it's not going to work. There's nothing I can do to make it work. So it's just going to fall apart. And sometimes you just have to kind of let things fall apart and let the chips fall where they may. And sometimes that's the best thing you can do for yourself. And of course, it's easier said than done. But like, you don't owe nobody nothing. Like, you have one life to live, and that's that. So I don't know. I've kind of just been doing so much reflecting in this single season. I have been so thankful for the work that I have. I feel like my work is so fulfilling, and you have to have your own foundation. Personally, this is how I feel. I really do think that you need to have your own foundation before you try to get into a partnership with another person. And prayerfully, the person that you get into a partnership with will also have their own foundation. That way, the union is going to be so much stronger and better, and just, oh my gosh, versus like two half people trying to come together to make a whole. Like, it's just gonna be stronger if you guys are both like as whole as you can be. Now, I said this in another episode, and I'm gonna reiterate it because it just applies here as well. But you want to, if you're trying to pour from an empty cup or a cup that's half full, it's not gonna work. You need to fill your cup up so that what you have left over, it can overflow, and you can pour that into another person. But if you are trying to like take and take and take from someone else's cup, not like, that's not good either, y'all. So do that healing work, do that self work that you need to do. Spend that time with God and get really, really clear and ask God what God is revealing to you in this season. Additionally, the next reason why self-love is so important is because the relationship that you have with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship in your life. Period. That goes for platonic people as well. You have to have a really strong sense of self. You have to know who you are, because if you don't, you're just going to get pulled in so many different directions, and that's not healthy for anyone. Self-love is so important. You were assigned to your body when you were born, and God made you unique and wonderful. You have gifts, you have talents, you have so many things to offer to the world. And the more that you take the time to like explore those things, the better things will be for you. And I am all about divine order. I am all about divine timing. If I can be honest, the most healthy relationship that I've ever been in, it flowed so easily. Like, there was no confusion. There was none of that. It was just like, I just knew that this person was for me because they made it known. I didn't have to question anything. I didn't have to, like, it was just so free flowing. And that's the way things should be, to be honest. It's like, you shouldn't have to question someone's intentions. You shouldn't have to question how someone is feeling about you. If they're confusing you or they're making you feel bad about yourself or just whatever, that ain't it. That's not where God wants you. Like, for real. And I've also learned that sometimes having good intentions is not enough. It's just not. Having good intentions, I would say, is like half the battle. But you gotta put in effort. Like, sometimes you have every intention in the world to like try to be there for somebody, try to show up for them or whatever. But at the end of the day, even if you have that good intention, if you are not able to like follow through with those intentions for whatever the case may be, maybe it's personal reasons, maybe it's like financial reasons, whatever it is that you're going through, probably not going to work, or at least maybe not at that time. Maybe that's just not the best time for you guys, but it's not enough. It's not. You really have to be in a place, like a stable place, to be able to be in a relationship, because they do take work. Like, it's a lot to show up for another person and to be present for another person and to be vulnerable and to be comfortable being vulnerable consistently and to invite this person into your world. You have to be in a place to be able to do that. And if you're not, it's okay. Like, it's totally fine. But sometimes people, they let their intentions kind of like dictate what they feel like they're able to do. And I think sometimes it's just, you have to be a little bit more realistic with yourself of what you're able to do and what your capacity is. Be honest with yourself and the person that you're dating about what your capacity is. And if you ain't got it, you just ain't got it. It's all right. It's better to be upfront with that person than to be like leading them on and again confusing them and just like doing all of this crazy stuff. So make sure that you know yourself and you know what you're willing to accept and you know where your boundaries are. Stand on business. Stand on business. I've also talked a little bit about this in the boundaries episode. This is why, first and foremost, you have to build up your sense of self, a very, very strong sense of self, because once you know what your boundaries are and you're clear on them, maybe they're written down or you just know, if you know, you know, it'll be easier for you to communicate that to another person. And when those boundaries are being crossed or, you know, whatever, again, even platonically, you can communicate that. And the more productive you can do that, the better things will be for you. And whoever really respects you and loves you is going to respect your boundaries. And they're going to try their best not to cross them. But if somebody just don't care, kick they behind to the curb. Period. It's simple. So, and again, that's why if you're in a season of singleness, it is a gift, I tell you. Like, it's really a gift. And the more that your discernment grows, it'll be easier for you to kind of spot what's not for you from a mile away. That is such a gift. And yes, it can be difficult sometimes because, I'm in my feelings and da-da-da-da-da. Like, it happens. But I just can't stress that enough. It's such a gift. This is what I've been saying. In the event that I meet my life partner, I'm going to have to be stuck with them. Like, till death do us part. And the last thing I want to do is be essentially stuck in a situation where I feel like I don't even know who I am. I'm losing sense of myself. I don't know what I enjoy. I'm so wrapped up in my partner and their needs, and like I haven't had the time to be alone. Like, I feel like I kind of see this a lot, and it's no shade to anybody. Like, if you're blessed to have been with your partner for years and years and years, like from a young age, and you guys are married now, all that is a beautiful thing. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. My grandparents were married for 70 years before my grandmother passed away. It really was till death did they part. And they are, for me, the best example I have of what is, because my granddaddy did not play by my grandma. He did not come up off her, and vice versa. Like, even when she was getting sick, my granddad was sick too, but he was like, look, my wife, I'm here for, like, we in this together until we can't no more. And it's just so beautiful to witness. I'm so thankful that God allowed me to witness my grandparents' union. But saying all that, they both had their own interests. My grandma knew what she was about. My granddaddy knew what he was about. And that's just so important to be able to do that. And of course, it's beautiful when you guys can come together and like share interests as well. But I don't know. I'm so big on my me time. I'm so big on my solitude. And the person that I end up with, I'm sure they will understand that, because, again, this is my life. Like, yes, we're joined together, but I'm going to have to have some type of solitude, like, forever. So, 'cause that's when I just feel like I can think the best, when I'm unbothered by anybody and I'm just like not clouded. I'm just focused and locked in. So anyway, I do feel like being single and being in solitude, it really is a gift. And I just love it, because it's like, again, when you finally find that person, it's going to be so beautiful. I feel like it's going to be so just like magnetic and powerful, and it'll be such a force and just such a powerful union, and I look forward to it. But until then, I absolutely love just having this time to just be free and to love on my family, to be in community with my friends, not worried about what anybody has to say about my friends. Feel like I can really just get a clear vision of where my life is going and where I want it to go. And who knows, what if I move or something? Like, I don't have to be worried about leaving somebody behind or whatever. Like, it's just being on my own time and being on my own accord. It's a really beautiful thing. So I take pride in that. And lastly, just do not let anybody play in your face. Don't do that. Y'all, do not put your values and who you are on the back burner for another person who does not have that same respect for you. Because again, anybody who really loves you and cares about you and respects you is not going to, they wouldn't put themselves in a position to lose you, if that makes sense. Now, obviously, mistakes happen. Nobody is perfect. But somebody who really values you and wants to be around is not going to disrespect you on purpose, at least. So that's how I feel. If you are in that season where you are by yourself, take some time to just learn more about you and what you enjoy doing and what makes you feel really, really good. I would encourage you to try new things, try new activities, find some hobbies if you don't have one already. Find something that just really fills you up and lights you up. Like, for me, it's anything creative. Specifically right now, I love DJing, mix my music and find new music, listen to things that have just come out, add it to my collection. That's something that I absolutely love doing. I love anything involving movement, going to the gym. I love working out. I love being active. I love walking. I love nature. Those are things that fill me with joy. Being in community, being around my family and friends, that fills me up. Like, there is so much more. And I'm not even gonna lie, that's why I almost didn't even want to make this episode, because it's like, again, I just feel like talking about relationships is so common on a podcast. And to each his own, I'm not knocking anyone. But like, there's just so much more to life. And we forget that sometimes because we are so focused on love and finding it. But self-love is the best love. That's how I feel. So with that, I am going to go into the Wealthy Way segment. So the Wealthy Way is just a way for me to end every episode on a positive note. It is a reflection of my brand. So I have Wealthy Media, it's spelled healthy with a W in front, as well as Wealthy Network, which is the radio station that this show is being produced on. And it's really just about embodying your best self, putting your best self forward, putting your best foot forward, doing your best to show up as a person that you're proud of, that is healthy and is just caring for themselves the best way that they can. So for this episode, my wealthy way is going to be to make a solo date list. So I'm very big on solo dates, and every now and then I kind of just do things sporadically, like, oh, what do I feel like doing today? I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go do this today. I'm gonna go do that. And it's been a lot of fun, but I want to get more intentional about it. So I am going to make a list of things that I want to do on my own, and I'm just gonna do them. I'm just gonna go down the list, check them off. I don't know how I'm gonna approach it. I don't know if I'm gonna do it by season or just like random things that come to mind that I just want to try, but I'm gonna write them down and I'm super excited about it. So I will give you guys an update on social media, how that's going. Make sure that you are following me if you have not already. My handle is Flexi Lexi, that's FLEXI.JPG. On TikTok is FlexiLexi.mp4. Definitely keep up my journey. I'm so excited to share more with you guys. I have an announcement that I will be announcing very soon on social media, as well as the next episode. So make sure you tune in. I'm super duper excited. Make sure that you're following Wealthy Network. That is healthy with a W in front, network, on all platforms. And that will be the end of this episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was a pleasure. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you got something out of it. I hope that this was a blessing to you. If it was, please share it with somebody else. But until then, thank you for watching the SoulFULL Circle show. It's Flexi Lexi signing out.